Hi, I'm Pastor Sami, and I'm so glad you decided to join me again for another special message about this week's gospel reading. This week, we get to hear about a certain way, a special way, that Jesus teaches us about the kingdom of God. Now, the kingdom of God is this big idea, this huge idea about what the world is going to be like when everything is restored and everything is good, the way that God intended the world to be. In our world, there are hard things, aren't there? There's sickness, COVID-19, right? And cancer and death, and there's sin and all of these hard things. And we are sad sometimes and mad and frustrated and all this stuff that doesn't go the way that we want. Even that we feel hungry and we don't have enough, or too hot or too cold. All of these things are things that we have to live with in our world. But in the kingdom of God, we know that everything will be restored and will be right again. We'll be hungry, hot or cold. I don't know. We don't know exactly all the details of what it's going to be like. But in the scriptures, Jesus gives us some ideas, and we know that it's something we can definitely put our hope in, something we can definitely hope for. Jesus, in our reading this week, even shares two parables, related ones. The first one is about planting seeds and how they grow, and the farmer doesn't even really know how, but it happens. And that's kind of how the kingdom of God is, that it just grows and it's God's responsibility and we just get to enjoy it. Another thing is that the kingdom of God is kind of like a mustard plant, that it grows so much bigger than how it started. And it grows and there's space in the branches for many birds to nest. So I think that helps us understand that the kingdom of God has room for everybody. There are these wonderful parables. They're all over the scriptures, and especially in Mark's gospel. You can go through and maybe just even look at the subtitles to see a few of them and see if you remember any of them and what they've taught you. These parables are great. And they're such a blessing because Jesus took the things that the people would understand, the people he was talking to would understand, to teach them about something way bigger and way different from anything else they'd ever experienced. What a gift. And sometimes it's a little harder for us because we don't live in that same world and we don't have exactly the same experiences. And some things work differently there and then than they do now, and we need somebody to explain them to us, like your pastor, or a Bible that has some notes, or your parent, somebody who can help you out and help you understand. If you want to talk more about these parables in our readings, you can use the Faith at Home discussion guide, and that'll give you more of a chance to learn more about them and see what the kingdom of God really might be like as Jesus explains it to us. We're so grateful for these stories because God shared them with us in a way that we can understand. I don't think God had to do that, but did as a gift. I wonder if you might talk together in your family about any of your favorite parables and what they teach you about God. I wonder how you might look at the world that you're living in right now and see where you see God right now and tell your own kind of parable. Or if you know somebody who's having a hard time, you can show them where you see God in their life right now. And you can show them that no matter what, God is with them. God has not left them alone. And you know that to be true because of what you believe in your heart and what you read in the scriptures. And what a blessing that could be. That could be a way that you are telling a parable to somebody else, doing the work of God in the world today. Well, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.